Hello, I would like to thank you all for being here today and for the opportunity you've given me to inform you all of a community issue that is going on in the Reno and Sparks areas. My name is Emma Schiller. I'm a social work major at the University of Nevada, Reno, and this semester I'm taking a class studying oral communications. Part of my overall grade in the class is to give speeches surrounding different topics and issues to an audience for a major part of my grade. Today I'll be giving you an informational speech surrounding a community issue of housing in the Reno and Sparks areas with the development of Tesla and Apple east of town. Now that I have explained who I am, why I'm here, and introduced the issue to you guys, I'll be providing you information on how and why these companies started building near our communities. In 2016, the Tesla deal finalized. This led to much excitement about job opportunities coming to the area. According to a Reno Gazette-Journal article, the deal promised 1,700 jobs to come to the area by the end of 2016. However, in actuality, only 331 jobs were attained by the end of December in 2016. Per an article on the website called The Verge, which is a technological website that follows developments throughout the country, the deal promised an overall total of 6,500 jobs after 2 years, with over 22,000 jobs once the Gigafactory was up and running. The promise was rooted by the idea of phase build, which is an approach that Jennifer Cooper, a representative from the governor's office, discussed in an article that is basically building while being operational at the same time, giving opportunity for more jobs coming to the Reno and Sparks area. The biggest controversy surrounding the Tesla Gigafactory coming to the area was surrounding tax incentives promised to Elon Musk. The incentives promised to him were an estimated $1.3 billion. As your guys' visual aids show you, it is quite more than double the amount promised to Apple. So it's definitely a big bet that Nevada is placing on Tesla coming to the area. Moreover, another Reno Gazette-Journal article discussed the idea of Apple developing further east of town as well. Apple won over the Reno City Council in May of 2017, getting the approval to take advantage of millions of dollars in sales tax abatements, which nearly would help them double the size of an already massive data center east of town. The Apple deal promised 100 permanent jobs and 300 construction jobs to come from the deal. Much of the approval was rumored to be due to the fact that Apple is really what put the Reno and Sparks area on the technology market, so to speak, and it attracted Tesla to come and take a look at the area as well. Now that I've given you a history of the development of the two companies coming to our area, my next discussion is surrounding the current effect it has on housing throughout the Reno and Sparks communities. Before the deal's finalized, one article in The Atlantic highlighted a report done by the Economic Planning Indicator Committee, which stated Northern Nevada was expected to have 50,000 additional jobs between the years of 2014 and the year 2019. With that being said, housing is definitely something to keep in mind with an additional 50,000 jobs coming to town. So the Economic Development Authority of Western Nevada stated that there would be an additional 5,000 homes per year minimum that would have to be developed throughout the area to sustain this growth. An article that was recently published focused on rent going up from what was $700 to now being well over $1,000 for a one-bedroom apartment. This brings to light the major issue that our community is facing of the housing crisis as to how people and their population here in Reno and Sparks are supposed to find affordable housing that they can afford given jobs presented. Per an article in The Guardian, it describes the issue as all humanity leaving the area, with rising homelessness, rising population in the homeless shelter, and struggles to find a place to spend the night, whether that be in a car, a motel, or having to be on the street, unfortunately. A citizen interviewed about how this crisis was affecting her discussed that she was living in a $700 a month one-bedroom apartment. However, rent got up to over $1,000 in less than a year due to all these jobs coming to the area, and she now has to live in a motel for $700 a month. While she's grateful she has somewhere to live, it still brings her great sadness to what's going on throughout the community. In conclusion, while the development of Tesla and Apple coming to this area has brought positive effects to the community, it's also brought many negative effects in terms of housing and how we're supposed to sustain this growing technological development that's happening. That leads to the question of whether or not this should be considered a boom, as they're referring to it, a technology boom, or a decline based on how the citizens are being affected. Thank you all for being here today, and I really appreciate you all hearing my speech.